Do you want to create memes but don't have the app for it? Well, today you are going to learn how to create this meme generator. So, if you do want to learn how to create memes with iPhones and SwiftUI, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, open up Xcode, and let's dive in. So let's create our very own meme generator. Let me show you what we are going to build out today. Well, it will be this memes list, and let's just select one, and let's add in here two labels like hello, let's just see, hello, and we can drag and drop them. We are on the simulator right now, so I cannot pinch and zoom correctly. Well, I could try with Alt, but go ahead and check this out on a real device. You can pinch and zoom. Also, if I just click on it, it will just change to white. If I click on it again, it will change back to black. Really nice. After that, we can just hit save here, and it will be saved on our photos library. So let me just take you right over there, and here we go. Hello and hi. Really nice. This is what we are going to build out today. Before I dive into that, let me just remind you about Dev Factory. It is at rebeloper.com/mentoring. If you do have any issues with your code, maybe you do want me to fix a bug in your code, or if you do want to learn SwiftUI, I can teach you that on a mentoring session, a one-on-one Zoom meeting, a 60-minute Zoom meeting with me. Go ahead and check out rebeloper.com/mentoring. So let's dive into today's code. And I have already prepared a demo project, well, a starter project, not the demo project. And yeah, I will go through it, but make sure that you go ahead and check out the link in the description where you can sign up on my site to get all the resources for my YouTube channel. And there you just go to the date that is for this video and check out the resources for this Xcode project. What we have here actually is quite a lot of files, but yeah, I don't care about laying out views in SwiftUI at this tutorial, so I just added this for your convenience. Let me just go ahead and let you know what this starter project is about. First of all, I have imported Kingfisher. Now, Kingfisher is a Swift package from GitHub. It's github.com/1vcat/Kingfisher. You can just go on and select this code and add it into your Swift packages right over here. Just click on the plus sign and just add it. That's one thing. So we need that to download the images, because yes, we are going to download also images in this tutorial. Those preset memes that you can just go ahead and customize. Okay, that's Kingfisher. After that, just go to your info plist file and add privacy space minus photo library usage description, and you just add a value of save your memes, because we are going to need access to the user's photo library to save these nice images into there. Okay, after that, just go ahead and you will see on the resources, let me just go, you will see helpers, models, service, view models, and views a group. Go ahead and drag and drop them into your Xcode project, and there's already a content view, so go ahead and remove that content view that was created by default on your project. And basically that's it. If you build and run, you will have a lot of errors. Okay, but that's because we are going to build out I'm going to show you how to build this out. So let me just go through it really quickly what we have here. First of all, we have our content view, and it has a meme list view. Now, this meme list view is a simple scroll view with a VStack and a for each, which will go through all of those meme views. Now, the meme view is actually a navigation link, which is a text and with the background color of the image that is downloaded with the help of Kingfisher. That's why we have KF image right over here. And that will take us to the meme editor view. Now, the meme editor view, this is where we are going to work quite a lot today. It's just simply a VStack with a spacer. And yeah, this is what we are going to learn today. Okay, let's move forward to the meme list view model. Now, this has a published variable of memes. These are the memes that will be fetched from our API. Also, we are going to create a fetcher, and we are going to use that on the function fetch memes that we are going to build out in just a second. Also, we have a disposable because we are going to use a little bit of Combine. If you don't know what Combine is, go ahead and check out my beginner's tutorial on Combine on the channel. So that's our view model. Also, we have our API here. It's just a simple URL that we are fetching our memes from. And then we have our models. Now, we have only one model, a meme result model, and I will start off building this out. Okay, also we have our navbar accessor. We are going to need to get access to the navigation bar height. We have our take screenshot because yes, we do need to take a nice screenshot of our newly created meme and save it to our library. And also there's a draggable label right over here, which is basically the label that we just add in there on the image, and we can drag and pinch and to zoom, rotate, scale, and set like switch between white and black colors for that label. And that's it for our helper files. Let's start off with the meme result model, because if you build and run, you will see a lot of errors, and most probably you will see that meme result is missing. So let's start off with that. Well, how are we going to build this out? Well, we are going to get all of our memes, those kind of predefined memes that we can customize from this URL. Let me just go to Safari and show you how this looks like. Okay, let's just hit return. And as you can see, this is quite a lot of a long JSON. So let's copy that out. Hit Command A and then Command C, and I will show you a little trick to make models from these JSON files really fast and easy. There's an app called Ducky on the App Store. Again, it's Ducky, and it's free, so you can use it on your as much as you'd like. It's a really super cool tool. And what we're going to do is just paste our JSON right over there. What we could do is just make it a pretty JSON. As you can see, we have a success and a data which has an array of memes. Now, this is what we are looking at. This is our meme result. Okay, so as you can see, it's automatically creating something here of a model. I'm just going to make this larger so we can see, but I would like to stylize this a little bit more. So let's have here 4 spaces. And by the way, I'm just going to go through all of these elements. So yeah, now you will know how Ducky works. Okay, so we are going to select Swift. And here I'm going to add in meme result. And as you can see, it's automatically updating it right over here. Really nice. Okay, next up, as you can see, this is a nested structure style. Let's just go with extended. I really like it in an extended version. It's much more readable, for me at least. Okay, access level, default is okay. Struct, I don't care about a class. Codable, because I'm using encodable and decodable also. Access level, default is also okay. And yeah, I'm letting it as immutable. I don't need an initializer, but I'm just going to check it right over here so you can see it's automatically creating it. It's really powerful. One thing that I do want to check is that all properties should be optional. So as you can see, all of these have become optional because maybe the API changes or the JSON changes that you are getting back. And yeah, you shouldn't rely that much on being it there. So optionals is the way I will go. Also, I can see that the URL right over here is a URL. I usually like to use them as strings, so let's just uncheck that. And I think we are done for now. What I'm going to do is just hit this copy button and just go back to our Xcode project and to our meme result and just paste it right over there. One thing that I'm going to change here that I couldn't change inside Ducky is that you can see we have this array of memes and it says it's memes. This should actually be meme. So let's just rename that. Let's just wait for that and meme. There we go. Okay. And I think that we are done. As you can see, this is a coding key, really, really nice. You could just do this when you are decoding this, and I will show you how to do that, but this is fine for me. I really like this. Okay, next up, we do want to create a fetcher, and for that I'm going to use the same class, so the same Swift file right over here, and I'm going to create an extension on that meme result. So extension meme result, and let's create a class right over here, and I'm going to call it fetcher. So I'm adding it as an extension to the meme result, so we can use it only on the meme result. So this will be an observable object. And right over here, first, let's just define the errors that could occur, because after that we are going to create a fetch memes function. Actually, that will return a publisher. And yeah, we are going to need those errors right over there. So let's create an enum fetching error. Okay, and this will be of type error and localized descriptions. Localized error. Okay, so the first case, I believe it should be unknown. Unknown. The second one should be an error that is about decoding. So let's just call this case decoding error, and we should supply a reason for that. Reason, that will be a string. Okay. Also, we need an error description, so let's add it right over here. Error description, and let's go through self. So switch self, and I'm just going to remove all of this and let Xcode complete what we need here. Okay, so we have unknown. In this case, we are going to return unknown error. Okay, and right over here on the decoding error, reason. I just forgot an S there. Reason and reason. Right. So now we are going to actually return our reason. Okay, so now that we got our errors done, let's create our publisher. And that will be a function. So right over here, after the enum, let's create a new func fetch memes. Okay, and that will be any publisher that we are going to listen to, actually. But before we do that, we need to import combine. So let's just scroll all the way up and let's import combine. There we go. So now we have access to the any publisher. Okay, and this will be of type meme result or a fetching error. So on the success value, we will get back a meme result, or if there's something wrong, we will get back an error. So meme result and fetching error. Okay, so let's do that. First of all, we want to initialize a decoder. You will see why we are going to return data task publisher, but we are going to use that decoder in there. So let's create our decoder first. So decoder equals a JSON decoder. Okay, and now we are going to return, URL session.shared data task publisher. So URL session.shared data task with URL, data task publisher for URL. There we go. And that URL comes from the API file that we created and get memes. So that is actually a URL. Okay, so now we are going to, let's see what's going on here. So cannot convert, return expression of data task. Yes, so we are going to erase to any publisher in just a second. So what we do want to have here is when we get back this result, we want to get its data. So we are going to try to map. So try map. And we are going to use $0. So actually what we are getting back and its data. Okay, that's one thing. And then we want to decode that data. So dot decode. And the type will be a meme result.self, meme result.self. And the key decoder, well, the actual decoder that we created right over there. Also, we do want to map our errors then we are going to erase to any publisher. So let's just go here, map error. Okay, here we will have an error, if there will be an error. We want to go if error is decoding error, then we will just return, so return fetching error dot decoding error with the reason of these errors, localized description. There we go. Okay, so otherwise we are going to return fetching error dot unknown. Okay, so that takes care of our error, and we want to erase to any publisher. Okay, that should fix it. And let's see, declared closure error is, let's hit Command V. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, it needs to be a fetching error. So let's just replace that error to a fetching error. And now everything should work okay. So now we have this observable object with the fetch memes ready. So let's just use that on our view model. Now this is just on the model. So let's go ahead and take a look at our view model. That is right over here. And as you can see, we already have some stuff here like the published memes and the fetcher and the disposable. So let's take care of these fetch memes. We are going to call fetch memes on the actual view, the meme list view. As you can see, we have an extension of our that has this view model. So this view model will be available on the only on the meme list model. So this will be really straightforward. We are going to use the fetch memes that we already have created, and that is under the meme fetcher dot fetch memes, and that will just fetch the memes. That is a publisher, so we need to subscribe to it, and that is done with sync. But before we do that, we need to come back to a foreground thread, so the main thread from a background thread. So because we are fetching those memes on the background thread, we need to come back to a main thread, and that is done with the dot receive and on. So receive on dispatch queue, let's just go, there we go, dot main. So we are now on the main thread, and we can subscribe, and we are doing it with the sync and receive completion and receive value. This is all coming from combine. Now on the completion, we are just going to use a completion. So simply completion right over here. Let me just have some more room here. Okay, so we just go through the completion. So switch completion, and let's just wait for Xcode to fix it for us. So we either have a finished or a failure. On the finished, okay, we just want to break. On the failure, we might get back an error. So let error. So let's just print out that error. Print error, maybe just its localized description. Okay, now we get into the interesting part, when we get back our memes result. So let's just call this a result. And that memes result has, if you recall, data, which has an array of memes. So all of them are optional, so we want to if let unwrap them. So if let, first of all, our data equals result dot data, and let memes equals data dot memes. So at this point we do have an array of memes. We just want to add them into our publisher. So memes equals memes. Okay, this memes is right over here. So it's this published variable. Also, we do want to store it in disposables because, yeah, we don't want to have that hanging around in memory. When it's deallocated, it should be deallocated. So store in disposables, and that will get rid of that warning that we already have in there. Okay, so now that we do have these memes fetched and they are populated in this published value, all we have to do is just display it on the list view. And let me just go right over here. So meme list view. As you can see, we already have created our view model. It's a state object, so we can access its published variables. And we already have these memes accessed on the for each. So how do we fetch them? Well, it's pretty straightforward. We just go and do that on the onAppear. But let me just hit Command B so we get rid of, let's see, referencing initializer. Yes, so it says here that it does not conform to identifiable, and that means that each of these memes needs to be unique, or they should have a unique ID. So let me just go back to our model and scroll all the way up to the meme, and besides being codable, this should be identifiable, and because we do have already an ID, that will be okay. And now we should get rid of this error. Let's hit Command B, and build has succeeded. Really, really nice. Okay, so now let's just go and on appear perform and view model dot fetch memes. Again, we don't have to worry about completion handlers or anything like that, because this fetch memes will just update the view model's memes published variable, which in turn will update the for each view. Okay, so let's see what we got till this point, because we typed out quite a lot and now we can see some things already. So yeah, basically we should see those memes populated right over here. Really, really nice. As you can see, we have all of those memes populated. Okay, so if we tap on these, well, we don't have anything just yet, and that is what we are going to continue with. We are going to build out this meme editor view. So let me just go right over there. Okay, so what about this meme editor view? Well, we actually want to have our image right on top that we can add labels onto, and we want to have these text fields below that so we can add in the contents of those labels. Also, finally, we want to add a save image button. Okay, so let's start off with the most obvious part, the top part, and that is our image. So that will be a Kingfisher image, because we are downloading all of these from a server. So let's just add it here. So KF image. And we are going to use the one with the URL. So URL with a string value. And that will be from our meme. Yes, we already have our meme right over here. So we can access it, as you can see. We do have that meme right over there. So meme dot and name. And if this doesn't exist, because it could be an optional, let's just call this meme. Okay, let's see. Oh, no, we are using the URL. Sorry about that. So we need the meme.url. I just went away. I just thought that we are talking about the navigation bar. So if this URL doesn't exist, then let it just be an empty string, because then the KF image will not render out anything. And that's the way it should be. Okay, so what about this KF image? Well, we should have also a placeholder, and let's have a progress view if till this loads. So progress view. Okay, and then this should be resizable, and it should have an aspect ratio of dot fit, because I do want to see the whole content of that image. Also, let me just have this in a new dot line. So also I want to set a frame, and I do want to set its height. So let's just start out frame, and the height, well, it should be something constant according to the height of our current device. So I'm just going to dive into UI kit and grab UI screen dot main dot bounds dot height, and I'm going to divide it by 2.5. Now you could just have this as you'd like it, but that I found to be really appealing. Okay, so that's our frame. Let's see how this looks like, and yeah, we should see that image right over there. Really, really nice. Let's have something else so we can see that it's spanning throughout the width of our screen. Nice. Okay, so next up, let's talk about the labels, because we want to, as you can see, we are adding these labels. We are kind of initializing these labels with a repeating array of empty strings, and the count will actually be the box count that we get from our JSON file. So the box count is actually how many labels there could be. That's the how we know how many labels we should add onto each and every meme, because yeah, some cases it would be 1, some cases 5. Okay, so we have these added labels as a state variable. So what we want to do is actually add in all over the right over here after this, and let's just scroll this all the way up. We want to add our text fields. So we are going to do that in a for each view. And let's just go ahead and start off with 0, and then till the meme.boxCount. If not, that doesn't exist, then we just go with 0. And I think this needs to be added inside parentheses. Yes, so because of the default value. Okay, so we have our for each, and we just go with I in. So this will be kind of the index. Here we just start off with a text field, and let's just use the one with the string protocol and the binding. So the string protocol will be label, and let's use I right over here. So I and plus 1, because yeah, we are starting off with 0. Now right over here on the binding, this is really tricky, because as you can see, the state variable is actually an array. So what we are going to do is again use I and just go $ added labels and I. So yeah, basically that is how we are binding it. Okay, let's just style this a little bit. Let's add in here some horizontal padding of maybe 8, and then vertical padding of 4. Okay, and then a background color dot gray with an opacity of I don't know 0.25, and finally let's add a corner radius of 5. Okay, I just found this to be really nice. Also, I'm going to add a padding right over here, a horizontal padding, because I don't want to have those text fields span out throughout to the edges of our screen. Okay, let's see how this looks like. And yeah, we should see those right over there. Label 1, 2. Let's just scroll a little bit down. We still have 2 here. Let's see. I think this, yes. So we can see that we have indeed more labels according to the box count. Okay, so how do we actually add those labels onto our Kingfisher image? Well, it turns out that we have to add it on top. So let's create a Z stack really quickly and just add it right over here. Let's copy that out and paste it in there. Okay, and then let's add all of those labels that will be created. And at the beginning of our tutorial, see that I created a draggable label. So we are going to add those draggable labels in a for each loop. And this will be added labels, and the ID for these will be .self. Okay. And let's just call this label. Actually, they are strings, but let's just call them label in. And we are going to use these as the draggable labels text. Yes, as you can see, we are needing here a string, but I'm just going to add in there that label. This is actually a string. Okay, so that's great. Let's just build and run, and let's try to add some labels. Okay, there we go. Hello, really nice, and we can just drag them around. Also, we can add multiple ones. Nice. Okay, so next up is to add our button to save it. So let's just scroll all the way down, and let's create our button. There we go, a simple button that will have an action and a label. And the label, I'm just going to go with the simple text of save image. So text and save image. Okay. On the code side, well, this will be a little bit tricky. First of all, we want to get an image. So let image equals. Now, if you just go ahead and search Stack Overflow or GitHub or Google, then you will find that you can actually take a screenshot of a SwiftUI view also. It takes UI image views screenshot into consideration and all of that layout, but you will soon find out that it will not take into consideration the drags and the pinch to zooms and the rotations of your labels. It will just center all of those labels right on center. So what we are actually going to do is just take a screenshot of the whole screen and just crop it. And that is what this take screenshot helper function that you already saw at the beginning of this tutorial that will do. So image, I'm going to go meme. So this has to be done on an actual view. So in order to call that take screenshot, we want to kind of export all of this into a separate view. So let me just hit Command X, and let's create a new variable, var meme image view. There we go. It will be a type some view. And let's just paste it in there. Okay, so then, let's just add it also onto our body. So right over here. Really nice. Okay, so here we just go meme image view, take screenshot. Now the origin, we will talk about the origin in just a second. Let's take care of the size now. So CG size. And we have a width. Now the width should be actually the whole screen's width. UI screen.main.bounds .main. I just auto-completed the wrong thing. So bounds. Oh, we need a dot. Bounds .width. And the height. It will be the height that we just added to our image. So UI screen .main .bounds .height divided by 2.5. Okay, so that's the size of our image. Now the CG point, where it should start? Well, if you just add in CG point 0, then it will start all the way to the top, including the safe area, if there is any, and the navigation bar. So we want to exclude that. So let's just start typing that out. CG point. And we are going to use X and Y. Well, the X is actually 0. Now the Y, here is the interesting part. First of all, we want to grab the safe area height. And that will be, again, UI kit code, UI application dot shared dot window, and our first one, so at 0 dot safe area insets.top. Now that's a mouthful, but that is what you need. Also, we want to grab our nav bar height, and that doesn't include the actual divider, so we also want to add in here +1. Now, what does this nav bar height do? Well, it's actually right over here. It's a state variable, which is 0 by default. But with this navbar accessor, we get our navigation bar all the way down from UIKit, and we are accessing its bounds height. So that's our navbar height. Okay, so yes, now we got our image. Now it's time to save it, and this is really straightforward. You just go UI image write to saved photos album with the image, and I think that we are going to need to unwrap that, but let's just add in nil for now for all of the other components. Let's hit Command B. So yes, I see that we want to unwrap that. So if let image, so if that exists, we can save that. Okay, so now let's test this out. Let's hit Command B and see all of our beautifully created memes. So let's take a look at this. Let's go, yes. Let's add it maybe right over here, and then no. And yeah, I would just go ahead and, well, what gives? It is just going all the way down. Well, let's just fix this, and this is just one line of code. Let's scroll all the way down to the Z stack and have it as clipped. I intentionally missed that, so you can see what happens if you don't clip your Z stack. And let's just build and run, and let's see how that looks like. Okay, and now just go. Yes, let's just add it in there, and you can see it's just clipping it. Really nice. Let's add in here no. Okay, and now let's tap on Save Image. And yes, we didn't go back, but we can take a look at our newly created image right over here. Yes, and what we want to do whenever we are saving that image, we just grab our presentation mode and grab its wrap value and dismiss it. Actually, this is how we dismiss SwiftUI views. So last final experiment, let's create a really nice view here. So let's see, me, there we go. Let's have it as white, and then SwiftUI, okay, and then UI kit. Okay, and now let's tap on Save Image. There we go, we just went back, and now let's take a look at our images right over here. And there we go, we got our meme. Now, hope you enjoyed this video. If you do like my teaching style, go ahead and check out rebeloper.com/mentoring. Now, if you do have a bug, or if you do want to learn SwiftUI, go ahead and book a call, a 16-minute Zoom call with me, where I can help you for whatever problems you have inside your code, or teach you SwiftUI. So there you have it, your very own meme creator app. Now, if you did like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And while you are at it, make sure to hit that notification bell to get notified of new videos. I release new videos on a weekly basis, so make sure to check out also these ones where I talk a lot about SwiftUI, UIKit in general, and as usual, I will see you in the next one.